Throughout the entire month of April, Canadians commemorate Sikh Heritage Month, with numerous government and private entities celebrating to recognize the South Asians and Sikh communities' contributions to the nation's vibrant growth. Today, we also witness this at Truck World 2024, Toronto, where they are celebrating South Asian Sikh and trucking industry.
Let's begin during 1914's Kamagata Maru and 1920s. Despite facing racial discrimination and restrictive immigration policies such as the Continuous Journey Regulation, which aimed to discourage South Asians' immigration, many persisted and established themselves across diverse industries. While trucking became a popular vocation for South Asian immigrants, they also made significant contributions to BC's booming logging industry, which was the province's economic engine at the time. During 1900s to 1910, South Asian migration to Canada began in the early 1900s. Approximately 5,000 South Asian immigrants, primarily from Punjab, settled mainly in British Columbia. Many of these new immigrants found work in industry like logging, mining, and agriculture, laying the foundation for future generation in transportation.
During 1930s, the Great Depression led to Canadians, including South Asian truck drivers. However, their resilience and determination to provide for their families saw them continue to work in the industry, adapting to the challenges of the time. There were an estimated 500 South Asian truck drivers recorded during this period.
During 1940s, in addition to thousands of Canadian Sikhs and South Asians volunteering to serve in the Canadian Armed Forces, South Asian truck drivers played an important role in supporting the war effort by transporting essential goods and materials across the country. Their bravery and contributions, both abroad and at home, were widely recognized and continue to be commemorated today.
During 1950s, in the post-war era, South Asian truck drivers doubled in Canada, fueling economic growth by hauling goods across vast distances. Their entrepreneurial spirit and dedication helped connect communities and build a stronger nation during the 1950s economic boom. Construction of the Trans-Canada Highway began in 1950, which improved the transportation network connecting major cities, regions, and provinces. It facilitated inter-province commerce and stimulated growth.
During 1960s. During this period, growing advocacy for racial equality and immigrant rights enabled South Asian truck drivers to assert their presence in the industry. Despite challenges like discrimination and language barriers, they played a vital role in connecting communities and driving trade across provinces and territories. The abolishment of discriminatory immigration policies that favored certain nationalities and ethnicities, White Canada, paved the way for greater immigration from South Asia.
During 1970s to 1980s, fueled by a surge in immigration from India in the 1970s and 80s, particularly following political instability, the South Asian truck driving community boomed. Tens of thousands of immigrants established themselves first as drivers and employees and later as successful entrepreneurs, owning and operating their own trucks and companies. This era marked a significant expansion and solidification of the South Asian presence in Canada's transportation industry.
During 1990s to 2000s. In the 1990s, South Asian entrepreneurs reshaped Canada's trucking industry, founding over 500 companies. As technology and regulations evolved, South Asian truck drivers adapted to maintain their competitive edge. By the 2000s, Punjabi Canadians constituted almost 20% of all truck drivers in Canada, underlining their substantial impact on the industry.
During 2010s. In British Columbia alone, South Asian-owned trucking companies accounted for 30% of all trucking companies, highlighting their substantial impact on the provincial economy and the evolution of the transportation sector. In 2019, a nationwide shortage of truck drivers, notably in British Columbia, prompted heightened recruitment efforts within the South Asian community to address the demand for transportation services.
During 2020s, in 2020s, Canada's trucking industry employed over 300,000 people, with South Asian truck drivers making up nearly 20% of the workforce, and more than 50% in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver. During the COVID-19 pandemic, truck drivers were deemed essential workers, and played a crucial role in ensuring the timely delivery of goods nationwide. Today, South Asian-owned trucking companies generate approximately $5 billion in annual revenue, enriching our economy and cultural tapestry.
Brampton means business. Brampton is at the hub of North America's transportation network, with the added plus of being home to Canada's largest inland port. Its location and access to skilled workers, along with the ability to expedite trade through international agreements, make Brampton an economic gateway for quick and efficient movement of goods and service. The Brampton Logistics Innovation Zone is an innovative project propelling the city to the forefront of logistics plus transportation technology.
Advocacy. In response to traditional industry associations failing to reflect change and include diverse voices, the Canada Truck Operators Association, CTOA, was launched in 2022. It is the newest and fastest-growing trucking association with members across the country. CTO promotes inclusive decision-making on policy, regulatory, and legislative issues. Canadian truckers have also rallied to support awareness and support of larger social justice issues, such as the Indian farmers' protest, which gained international attention. Over the years, South Asian truckers have organized and advocated on industry issues to fight for their rights and have a leadership role in decision-making. Through establishment of industry groups and associations, government relations, and job actions, they have proved to be a strong force for change and betterment of the industry.
Giving back. South Asians in trucking are known for their active participation in support of charitable, community, and cultural initiatives. From sporting events to food drives, they support by volunteering, organizing, and funding worthwhile events and causes. For example, in 2022, Brampton, Ontario-based BVD Group made a transformational donation of $10 million of their local hospital system.
Thank you for tuning in, and we urge each of you to share these videos with your friends and family to raise awareness about the contributions of South Asian Sikhs and Sikh Heritage Month. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for highlights from Truck World 2024, coming soon and exclusively on this channel. Until then, keep your curiosity peaked and see you all in our next video.